Does everyone understand why at the end we go, is there anything you don't like?
Yep.
Why?
To try and get to the actual problem.
Because you're either going to get a yes or the
We're gonna
answer.
ask more questions.
Well, there's a couple reasons. One, it sets me up to immediately, if they say no, you go perfect and you lead, which is the number one reason people suck at this business is they suck at asking for the sale and they want the customer to ask them so they don't get rejected. That's it. Just ask for the sale. I want to think about it. That's fair. Let's do the enrollment. I like my plan. That's great. You'll love this one. Let's do the enrollment.
That's right.
Does that make sense?
Perfect.
I want to talk to my spouse. I love it. I'm going to get you everything in writing so you and your spouse can review it together. Let's do the enrollment.
Fantastic. So,
Now that's level one, but all I'm doing is acknowledging and then redirecting to the enrollment. 80% of the time when I help somebody close, all I'm doing is telling them to shut their mouth and tell the customer to let's do the enrollment. That's it. Stop and redirect. That's it. We just get in this loop and we forget the next step. Okay? So at the end, is there anything you don't like? There's a couple options. If they say no, what do we do next?
next up, let's get you enrolled.
Perfect. Okay, this is important. What do we have to cover on every MAPD presentation after the benefits?
The prescriptions.
Medication tiers, okay? So, this is important. No, there's nothing I don't like. Perfect. The next step is, I'll help you with the application. Does that sound fair? Or, we on the same page, whatever. They say, yes. I go, but before I do, Medicare requires, I go over the tiers of your medications. If they have no medications, Medicare requires, I go over the medication or the drug coverage on the plan. Good thing is, Mrs. Jones, you're healthy as a horse, so none of this applies. Medicare requires I go over it right there. And then you go over the tiers. Why do you think we separate the plan and meds?
To not confuse them.
Yahtzee, who said that? Let's go. Does that make sense, everybody? The reason we separate these two, if they say yes to the plan, and then we go over, so A medications, a tier 3, step therapy, quantity limit, blah, 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 prioritization on 10 medications, and all of a sudden after that, they say, I need to think about it. What caused the problem, the plan or this?
You know it's a medication.
Confusion on the medications. So now, do I need to guess on what I need to address?
No.
Do I need to go, well, what don't you like about the benefits? No, I need to go, Mrs. Jones, it seems like I confused you going over the meds. What can I clear up for you? Does that make sense? It allows me to know what I need to identify. If they say, stop here before medications, now I know I need to address this. If I blend them together and then they say they want to think about it, I have to go, was it the benefits? Was it confusion? Was it medications? Was it I have no idea. And then I'm just guessing. Someone raised their hand over here? No? Go ahead.
Well, if you don't mind, I ran into a situation, we've been all running into where people are getting their co-pays now where they didn't last year.
Yep.
And in Sunfire, they almost messed it up by saying, talking about, okay, so, there's nothing else additional aside from your co-pays. And she's like, well, I don't have any. Of course, we'd already gone over it.
Mm-hmm.
So I jumped back on, I said, well, just so you know, it's not this plan that has the co-pays. All the plans have, the co-pays this year. And so just normalizing it and letting her know it's not because you switched to this or because you did anything. And so I just think it's super important when we're running into people that didn't have those co-pays and now they do, that they know it's not because of the plan switch, it's just how things are in 2026. So that doesn't get messed up with Sunfire and such.
Yeah, I never heard of Sunfire, but I know they do a lot of weird stuff going. The only difference between these two plans are your co-pays. I've never heard them say that, nor should they be comparing plans. So that could have just been a one-off.
Yeah, it wasn't, well, it was actually, they were selling I think they were selling the package.
Were they trying to go over the health risk assessment?
No, they sell a.
No, sorry,
They sell
it
a
was
prescription thing.
ExamRx. It was ExamRx.
They sell a
excuse me.
prescription thing
They were
at the
saying
end.
there was zero charge except for the co-pays.
That's for medications.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's not co-pays. Oh, I was thinking co-pays with doctors.
It's for medication.
For many.
Yeah, so that's not 100% accurate either, though.
Oh, it's not?
No, I mean, maybe their old plan didn't have copays for the medications, but that,
I just didn't want them to think.
some plans last year still had copays.
Okay.
It's not like no plans last year had.
But like if they were on an LIS and now they have a copay and they didn't last year.
Yes, I guess we just missed something in the presentation, and sometimes that just happens at the end. Like, they should know because we go over their copays. And that it should be brought up when we're going, awesome, so Mrs. Jones, the most you could be charged for X medication or your copay or whatever is X dollars.
Based on LIS.
Does that make sense? So we should have covered that, which should have,
Yeah,
in theory, brought up that objection. Sometimes they just miss it, but
yeah. I mean, it's just that a lot of them are used to not having
Yeah.
$1.50 copay.
Yep.
Where now they do, and they think it's the plan and it's not.
yeah. So I guess what's the question, or are you just stating that that came up?
Just to specify and clarify that it's not that we're putting them in a worse position, it's just the legislature around this year.
Sure, if it's relevant though.
Okay.
Like, I'm not just gonna start talking about legislation and all kinds of stuff. If they complain about their medication costs going up, yeah, that happened across the board, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Best, or good news is, my only intention is to save you as much money as possible, and this plan's gonna make sure your costs are as low as they can be. Or as low as I can get them. That's probably better vocabulary, as low as I can get them. Does that make sense? Yeah, I wouldn't just bring that up on everyone, they were gonna confuse them. So, we have, is there anything you don't like? They say no, we go, perfect, the next step is. Okay? They sometimes will go, I don't like, or ask questions, or whatever it is, or they say, well, that's really it. Yes, no, or questions. If they say yes, what do we want to do?
Okay, what can I clear up for you?
I like that. That probably wouldn't work very well. Oh, no kidding. What don't you?
Like,
Okay, cool. We just go, what do you like? Don't overcomplicate it. What don't you like? Okay?
She goes, you.
That easy. Don't overcomplicate it. What most of us want to do is go, well, you get A, B, C, D, and we talk at them. And all we need to do is ask a frickin' question. 3 to 5. All we need to do is ask questions. They say no, lead. Don't sell yourself out of an enrollment. Don't repitch the plan. Don't start talking about comparing. Just perfect. Next. I can't stress that enough. Is there anything you don't like? No, sounds good. Next. No, I don't think so. Perfect.